Is Tony Kanaan, his teammate or not, giving him all the pressure he can stand.
16 laps to go. Sharp now, some 9/10 of a second back in third, but he has all he can handle with Vito Mira. And a crash.
Danica Patrick.
Danica's one.
Lazier
is the other one.
Well, those two had been battling each other pretty hard.
Lap 186. And she stops there in the pit lane. She's moving inside the car.
It appears she's trying to get herself out of the car. Well, you know, when you're racing that close and that hard, it seems like inevitably sooner or later something like this might happen. We saw her almost get together with him when Dan Weldon ran her down below the racetrack. And
is that 26, 27, 28
27
for Target?
Yeah, 27 cars for Chip Ganassi. He's, you know, but I don't see how you can be upset. This guy was running pretty hard, running pretty strong. That's as good as he's seen his cars run on the oval tracks this summer. There's Danica Patrick.
Danica says she's okay. I'm all right.
Yeah,
just lean up against the wall there and collect your thoughts. Let's see if we can see what happened here on the replay, Larry.
Okay. Side by side, looks like Jacques Lazier went up the racetrack a little bit, like he lost the front end.
Talked about that before. If you're under somebody and you lose the car, move up the track.
Yeah, there's nothing. You know, sometimes there's nothing you can do. The wind catches you, just moves you up. We saw Dan Weldon. Look at that. See it start up right there. Just starts up the racetrack, pushing the front end. The air was going off the front end of that car, and he hit the left rear of Danica's car. Nothing she could do. We saw pretty much the same thing. The only difference is when we saw Weldon move up on Scheckter, he was right beside him and saw him coming up.
This was earlier in that lap. They almost got together there. And there they do.
Yeah, right there they do. He just
there goes the camera.
And you know, look, see how much he had moved up the racetrack. He started in right on the bottom, and he moved up. And again, not blaming him because he lost the air off the front wing, but she was far enough up in front of him that she couldn't see him coming and couldn't move up. When Weldon moved, or when Scheckter moved up to miss Weldon, he was right beside him and knew he was coming, and he just steered up the racetrack to miss him.
See if we can't hear from Chip Ganassi with Jamie Little.
Talking about Jacques Lazier, he's having a great day. It's his 50th IndyCar race, and he was leading some laps. But Chip, I know you're very frustrated. What did you see there?
Well, it's unfortunate, Jamie. I mean, he's been on the radio all day long saying that girl's been just pinching him down all the time. And she comes by you and pinches you down to the white line. She comes by and pinches you down to the white line. There's no place for him to go.
You think that was intentional? You think that was racing?
Well, I don't know if it was intentional or not, or if it was just racing. It's damn dangerous is what it is.
Is everything all right? Did you hear him on the radio?
No, he's fine. He's fine. But he said, look, I'm at the white line and she's coming down on me. Where's he supposed to go?
Maybe that was just a little retaliation because we saw Danica Patrick come below the white line, be pushed down. So we'll have to wait and see what Danica has to say about it. And right now we go to Vince Welch.
Well, Danica's engineer, Chip, saying that Danica was pinching him. How did you see it, Ray?
Well, you know, we've been running with Lazier all day, and he's been kind of all over the place. He's chopped her once or twice. Looked like to me, from where I was seeing it, he understeered up into her rear tire. That's what she felt too. So I mean, we'll just have to look at the replay. Tough way to end the season for the Argent Pioneer Honda car. We had a great season, and you know, we obviously wanted to finish in the top 10 today with Danica.
Thanks, Ray.
Now, I know that Chip is frustrated. If I lost that many cars and that much money, I would be too. But did he see the same video we saw?
Well, I don't know. He obviously saw it differently than we saw it. There's no question about that.
Well, let's take a look again then. If we can take another replay, they can rack that up in the truck and show us this again.
Well, see, he's right on the white line. And look as they go around the corner. Up, 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 up. Look at that. He's a whole car width up by that time. She didn't know he was moving up. Had she known, could she have steered away? Sure. Yeah, but she was far enough in front of him that she just she didn't know he was coming up the racetrack.
Well, this is the backstretch where they almost get together the first time.
And
he's coming up there.
I'm not saying that every time that they had close calls that they were Jacques' fault, but I think this time you have to say he's the one that came up the racetrack, no question.
Yeah, and whether, again, a racing crash, you talked about this before, Larry, if you're on the outside of somebody and that car washes out and comes up to you, it's going to take both of you out.
Yeah, and there's just nothing that you can do right there. I mean, he was out of the throttle. By the time he got up that high, he was out of the throttle trying to get that thing woed. But it was too far gone. And, you know, they've both been racing pretty hard and pretty close all day long. They'd had some close calls, but it's just, as A.J. Foyt would say, that's just one of them things.
One of them things. Well, here's one of them things right now. We're in lap 189, and the track is far from being raceable. And so we're going to go right down to only maybe a 2 or 3 or 4 lap shootout in this thing.
Yeah, it's going to be close, and it's going to, I think, take pretty much the chances of some of these guys away.
Schechter.
Yeah, Schechter, Weldon. It's going to be pretty much Franchitti, Kanaan, Sharp, and Mira running in 3rd, 4th. They might have a shot if they get a good restart. Anybody that's farther back than 4th place probably going to be kind of a wing and a prayer there.